Last video we talked about back cracks and manipulations treatment. These. But we're not done yet. We came across some dark and grotesque cases of manipulations. There are some cases and things you would not believe exist at all.
I'm going to show you a quick adjustment on a fish because these guys do get scoliosis.
Cracks, part 2 and the last one. What does science have to say? Let's begin. So what's up guys, welcome to your fitness pal, and last video we talked about back cracks, neck cracks and knuckle cracking. You're welcome. But who else is being manipulated by cracking? Because in addition to babies, animals are also being manipulated. Yes, you've heard right. You can shut your mouth now. But if your joint pops in the middle of a workout, is it bad? When does an audible pop is considered bad? Can a crack in the neck, like in the movies, kill a person? And what does a doctor in physiotherapy say on the topic? That's the answer. Watch till the end. So 7 years ago, an article was broadcast on the news about spinal adjustment for a fish.
And we are here today. We're going to actually show a chiropractic adjustment on a Pocostomus fish.
Yeah, it seems that the phrase "there are a lot of fish in the sea" is no longer relevant.
These guys are notorious for getting spinal problems.
This is a real life living fish.
It's a real life fish, Bethany.
Now, maybe, and that's just an idea that popped into my mind, bring the poor little creature back to the sea. They are not so good at surviving on land.
I'm going to show you a quick adjustment on a fish because these guys do get scoliosis and he might jump a little bit, but they actually feel better afterwards.
Yeah, we haven't found any studies that support fish spinal manipulations in order to improve scoliosis. Haven't found yet. But if that worries you, we have not found any qualitative studies on humans that chiropractic treatment helps with scoliosis. And the studies that exist on the topic don't have unequivocal conclusions for treatment. But when you subscribe to the channel, everything becomes clear. And if you already thought you saw everything on the internet, then think again. There is a TikTok channel of a doctor with more than 1.5 million followers whose videos are all about horse manipulations. I ran out of horsepower. And to be honest, there are even studies on the subject. A systematic review on the topic concluded that there is low to moderate quality evidence that various types of joint manipulation will reduce pain. And those are the animals that were a part of the review. Oh, and there were a lot of limitations to the study. I have yet to meet a horse that asked for back cracks and then reported how he was feeling. Yet to meet.
Already feeling better, you can tell.
But maybe it's just me. But we're not done yet. There are also manipulations for babies, and that's a different story.
What we're seeing here is a 12-day-old baby having a chiropractic adjustment, apparently becoming more commonplace.
Some parents come with their baby to a caregiver because he has torticollis. What is torticollis? It's a situation where the baby's head is tilted to one side. Why? The sternocleidomastoid muscle contracts unilaterally and pulls the neck. A bit strange, but a small click on the video shows that this is the manipulation. With that device, while the baby chews on flip-flops. Strange, but what do I know? Let's jump to research papers instead of conclusions. A review article showed that manipulation techniques have not been shown to be efficacious in the treatment of infant torticollis. And we received comments that some of your spines have been manipulated and it has helped you. So how some studies dare to say there is no effect? So like we've mentioned before, there are studies that show that it can help, but for some people, sometimes in some cases. However, that too can be a reason. There was a study that examined how expectation affected pain. It had an effect. People were divided into groups. The first group was told that the manipulations they would get, yes, those manipulations, is ineffective and going to aggravate the pain. The second group was told that it would help, and it's very effective for lower back pain. And the third group was told that the effect of manipulations on lower back pain is unknown. An increase in pain perception occurred following spinal manipulation in the lower back of participants receiving negative expectations. And there are a lot of review papers like that one showing that negative expectation can increase the pain. Therefore, a therapist should be very careful and honest with the patient. For example, this crack in the middle of the squat can screw your knees. But is it really true? What if some joint really pops during a workout? Which kind of cracks should you watch out for? And can neck cracks harm you? To answer these questions, we asked our dear friend Dr. Tom Walters to shed some light on the topic.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Dr. Tom Walters here from Rehab Science. My friends asked me to answer a few questions about joint manipulations and other sounds that might come from our body during training.
So, what happens if we hear sounds during a workout? Is it good, bad, or just a fact?
Really, the answer is no. In general, if you have sounds from your body, the musculoskeletal system makes a lot of noise in healthy people. Oof. Maybe you're doing squats and your knees pop. There's actually some studies showing that having noise might be a sign that you have healthy joints. If you have sounds coming from your body that create pain, or you've had a recent injury, like a trauma, like you've dislocated your shoulder or something happened, and now you have new noise, those are times when you might be more concerned about it. But if you haven't had those things, if it just clicks and pops and you don't have pain and you haven't had a recent injury, don't stress about it.
So, totally, our body is like an MP3. It can be noisy at times, but if it's not accompanied with pain or a strange feeling in the joint, everything is probably fine. But when does it become harmful?
I think if we look at the research, I'd start off by just saying that in general, manipulations, whether they're doing it to yourself, popping your joint, twisting your back, or a practitioner's doing it, are very safe. If you're talking about somebody else manipulating you where there's maybe more force on the system, we always as clinicians rule out red flags like osteoporosis, bone cancer, where if you did manipulate someone, you really could cause harm. Maybe the one area we're most cautious is in the neck, because there have been these rare case studies where people come in with injury that's already present they don't know about, an injury to their vertebral artery which runs up into the brain. If they're manipulated, their neck is twisted really far. There have been cases where people have had strokes. So again, these are really rare, but the neck is the one place that we're a bit more cautious.
Okay, so it's true that the most sensitive area in those cases is the neck. And according to the NCCIH, a stroke is something that can happen. It's indeed rare, but the risk is still there. Now, in the optimistic tone of the stroke, in movies we sometimes see someone taking someone else's neck and twisting it. And then the other guy dies. Is this really possible?
Can this happen when you're having your neck manipulated by a practitioner? I guess hypothetically, if you twisted somebody's neck far enough, yeah, you could break bones and injure the spinal cord and cause quadriplegia. It wouldn't really kill them instantly, but it could cause quadriplegia where they can't move their arms and legs.
Oh, pearl.
I don't think I've ever heard of a case of this happening by a clinician. Manipulations are really low amplitude, fast maneuvers that aren't done way at the end range of a joint. Again, I've never heard of a case like that. But, again, if you're seeing a practitioner and you don't feel safe with a particular technique, just tell them that, ask not to perform those, or find someone else to see. So, hope that helps.
So, in that optimistic tone, many thanks to dear Dr. Tom Walters. And Tom has an amazing YouTube channel on sports injuries and rehabilitation exercises. You're more than welcome to write him a warm comment, subscribe to his channel, and then all of our joints will be much happier. And pay attention that also next week a very special video is going to be uploaded. Until then, you should work smart, professionally, and according to science. And we will see you on the next video that will even be crazier than this one. Bye bye.